Hey everybody, welcome back to Vegas Tips and Tricks Weekly. This is going to be a little bit shorter show than we've been doing since we started this just a few weeks ago. We're going to be talking today about some of the people that you encounter in Las Vegas and the best way to deal with those folks. Before we do that, you could do us a very, very big favor. Go ahead and click the like button on this video. Share it with your friends and family, comment on it, and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out a lot. We have been doing this for, a good 5 or 6 years, trying to provide some good information for you about Las Vegas. And today we're going to talk about some of the people you encounter when you're walking around the Las Vegas Strip or the downtown area. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of today's episode because we are going to talk about something we're going to be doing this week. There's a lot of changes coming in my life, and this set behind you will probably be disappearing over the next few weeks. So again, stay tuned to the end of today's broadcast, and we will share with you what's going on and how you can learn more about that. We're going to do some giveaways. Do a live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned. Okay, so one of the things you'll notice as you wander around the touristy areas of Las Vegas is you will be accosted by numerous people. And frankly, the best advice I can give you as far as dealing with any of these folks is just to ignore them or move along. But we'll go ahead and talk about some of those folks in a little more detail and, let you know if it's something that you feel interested in, what the protocol is, and the way to go. So if you are staying in one of the many, many Las Vegas hotel properties, particularly if you have a significant other or wife or husband, you are likely to encounter the dreaded timeshare people. And, timeshares exist all over America and all around the world. And basically, you pay upfront a fairly large deposit to reserve your timeshare, which is basically a hotel room, maybe a pretty upscale hotel room, honestly, kind of almost like, in most cases, kind of a, kind of an apartment almost. And you can either redeem those nights in Las Vegas, or you can trade nights with people in other areas of the country, whether it be Orlando, New York City, whatever. Generally speaking, unless this is something you're interested in out of the box, you want to avoid the timeshare people. And it's not so bad if you're just like a regular person that's wandering around. They won't bother you too much. But if you're a couple, they're going to be like, hey, you're going to be in Vegas for a few days? Would you like some free show tickets? And the answer to that question is no. You tell them you are leaving that night on a plane. Because... and I'm sure there are people who will disagree with this, and if they do, then please leave a comment below. I would love to hear your logic to this, but you're going to Vegas, you're going to be there for a few days, you want to experience everything. You do not want to be bussed off to some remote location and hard pressure salespersoned for 3-4 hours before they will finally release you. And typically you get tickets to fairly trashy properties, not great properties, and not great shows either. So, if you're walking along, and there's a lot of these sort of Wyndham properties, not just the Caesars properties, which are affiliated with Wyndham, but a lot of other places, I think even Plaza Downtown. But, if they walk past you, like, hey, are you going to be in town? I'm oh, no, we're headed to the airport in 20 minutes. Tell them that. They won't bother you. I don't know if that'll work quite as well with some of the people that you encounter on the Las Vegas Strip. And most of these people pretend that they're going to give you something, but they're not really giving you anything. They're trying to sell you something. That would be those folks who accost you and tell you that, hey, I'm like an up-and-coming artist. Would you like my free CD, DVD? The answer to that question is no, because it's not free. After they hand it to you, they're going to want a donation. And if you're lucky, it'll be $20. It might be $50 if they think they can get that from you. So, yeah. If people try to give you something walking up and down the strip, it's usually a scam. And in addition to the CD, DVD thing, the other one you run into quite a bit is the Buddhist monk. This very devout looking person. And, you walk along and they want to give you like a friendship bracelet. But you know what? They want to give you a friendship bracelet that you're going to donate $20, $40, $50 to. So, and many of these people are not, in fact, embraced in poverty. These people are doing very, very well with themselves. They do not need your money. Speaking of people who do not need your money, it is costumed characters that you run into as you walk up and down the strip. And some people mistakenly think that, if Spider-Man or a Transformer walks up to them and wants to take a picture with them, then it's going to be free. It ain't going to be free, guys. They're going to expect a gratuity. So negotiate in advance. Usually, if there's one or two people, you can go ahead and say, hey, I'll give you $20, $30 if you take a picture with my kid or my wife or whatever. And they'll do that. But if you just go up, get the picture, they're going to be like, hey, you owe us like $150 a piece. Like, what? Seriously? So, you want to avoid those folks. Okay, so another person you'll encounter in Las Vegas, particularly if you're a male, young to middle-aged, reasonably well-dressed and taken care of, particularly if you're playing in the casino by yourself in the middle of the night. And that, of course, is the lady of the evening. And they won't always appear to be prostitutes. Once in a while, they will just seem like kind of nice girls that just sit down, have a drink, chit-chat for a while. But the reality is that unless this is something that's pretty common in your life, if you're a very, very attractive person who tends to attract people to you, the odds are that these folks are talking to you because they would like to earn some money. First and foremost, remember that this kind of activity is not actually legal in Las Vegas. If it's something you really feel the need to participate in, there are counties about, 90 miles or so outside of Las Vegas where you can go to legal brothels. You can even get like a free ride, although, you probably want to tip people. So if that's something you're interested in, that's probably a much better, much safer way to approach it. In addition, even if you're not worried about the whole legality issue, you have no idea who these people are that are suddenly chatting you up. They could be criminals. They could be just waiting to try and get you in a compromising position and drug you, take your money. You have no idea. So, just in general, it's not a good idea. Definitely. I don't care how lonely you are. And sometimes you'll even encounter people who are not working people, but are still trying to take advantage of you. Still trying to lure you into a place where you're going to be very vulnerable and that they may be able to take your money, drug you, whatever it may be. So just be very, very careful. Particularly in the wee hours of the morning, particularly after you've had a few drinks. It is just a good idea to be very, very cautious about any friendly people you meet in Las Vegas. So anyway, the important thing to note when you're wandering around Las Vegas and running into random people who try to talk to you is that in most cases you're best off avoiding them. Usually they want money for something or other. They're trying to scam you. They're trying to take advantage of you. So just avoid those folks and just, as Dionne Warwick said way, way back in the day, just walk on by. Okay, so a few thoughts on today's show and on what we have coming up over the next few weeks. We are going to go ahead this Wednesday. It is going to be the last Vegas Tips and Tricks live stream with our official backdrop here because we are going to be moving. So we'll talk about that. We are going to do some giveaways on this particular live stream. So if you're a subscriber, if you're a member, you have a chance to win some money. That'll be fun. We're going to reveal pretty much everything. So if you have any questions about what's going on in my life and some of the mystery that we've shrouded it in over the past few months, and there's definitely been some of that, we'll do my best to reveal that to you. We might do some cocktail of the week kind of thing. We might try some frozen food or some crazy snacks or something, because we haven't done that in a while. I mean, we didn't do a live stream last week at all or last month at all. We didn't. The one we did in the end of August was the one we did from Excalibur with Mark, Pennies for Vegas. That was so much fun to do, and I know a lot of you loved that. So we're going to do our last big Kansas live stream this Wednesday. Watch for the the little thumbnail coming up here over the next couple of days. And we're going to have a great time with it. I hope you can join us. If you see only one Vegas Tips and Tricks live stream in this year or any other, it needs to be this Wednesday. So stay tuned for that because we're going to talk about a lot of things. If you got questions, let me know. If you're very generous, you want to send us lots of money, definitely save that up before that. And we'll be happy to catch in with you. So we're going to go ahead and call it a week, a Vegas Tips and Tricks Weekly. I hope that giving you some thoughts about some of the people that you might run into in Las Vegas will help you out on your next trip. And as I've mentioned several times, the best advice I can say is just avoid those folks and you'll probably be better off. Until next week, when we'll have a full schedule of shows, we'll do our podcast, we'll do our Tuesday and Thursday show, we'll do that live stream on Wednesday, and we'll be back next Thursday. Well, we'll be back next Thursday too. We'll be back next Saturday with another episode of Vegas Weekly, Vegas Tips and Tricks Weekly. So until then, I hope that you have a great, lucky, and healthy week. We'll see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.